What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Havoc Sports Podcast. Today's episode is episode number 31, and we are going to be breaking down the NFL awards.
Woohoo! It's the end of the NFL season. Voice is a little raspy, dealing with a little cold, so it's going around pretty bad around those. So it's unfortunately catching up to me, but we're going to continue on.
Yeah. So what we got here is obviously the awards that take place outside of, I believe, the Walter Payton Award.
Yeah.
I feel like that's literally just kind of
Who's the
draw
best
out of
person?
Yeah. So we went to the most trusted database in Fox Sports.
Woohoo!
Definitely the most trusted.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And we went by their betting odds. So we'll give our opinions on it, who we think might win. But yeah, let's start off with comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow is the leading odds at negative 500. And in that category with them is Sam Darnold and J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, I mean, I think Joe Burrow's kind of running away. Sam Darnold kind of, I mean, he's
I like
really...
J.K.
Yeah, J.K. Dobbins, he tore his ACL last year?
Yeah, he was out.
He was almost out for 2 years.
This is like his coming out party.
Yeah.
I feel like.
But Sam Darnold is really, he's always been not frowned upon, but he just hasn't been titled the franchise quarterback. And
Yeah.
for him to come out and lead the team to, a 3-loss season, even though he didn't win a playoff game,
A good year.
it's a dang good year for Sam Darnold to be in the MVP race at some point. And I think for him to have, 50 yards in the whole season last year or whatever, playing behind whoever, and, now coming out and doing this, I think he has a good chance to beat Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
But I think Joe Burrow was just the injury he had and what he's done this year.
Yeah,
I mean, like you said, if he had a good record, he'd be MVP.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah. Sam Darnold, I mean, the issue with Sam Darnold was it just seemed like he could never put the pieces together for a good full season. Like, it was always a good game followed by 4 bad games.
Yeah.
And it was always just glimpses. But to finally see him put it together is pretty awesome. Sucks to be you because you're a Bears fan, and so you have to deal with it. But
Right.
It is good to see a player like that, and it's good to see a player like J.K. Dobbins come back. I don't think J.K. Dobbins gets it because he did miss time due to an injury. Surprise, that's his career. But Joe Burrow's just been different this year.
I think to kind of, not to switch the subject, but I think the Vikings still do go with J.J. McCarthy.
I think you have to.
Yeah, I think,
You invested the pick.
Sam Darnold, he showed you what he could do, but it's not something that could take you over the hump of winning a Super Bowl. So, you haven't tried your rookie out yet. He looked promising in preseason. I do think they'll stick with JJ. But Sam Darnold, comeback player of the year nominee, great season for Sam.
Yeah.
I hope to see him on a different team and maybe getting some more playing time.
Yeah, he definitely has earned it. He's definitely he's not the 32 or 32nd ranked quarterback
Right.
in the NFL. Definitely
Yeah.
not. There's definitely a spot for him. It's pretty cool. Like you said, he was in the MVP running there for a while, so he's definitely showed out this year. But Joe Burrow is going to be taking that trophy home, and I don't think it's necessarily close.
100%.
Yeah. So,
Moving on to defensive rookie of the year.
yep. This is just 2 people.
Yeah, this one has 2
There's
people. I mean,
nobody else.
this draft class with defense, I can't really name anybody besides these 2 guys.
Yeah.
That's really been like, wow, these guys are amazing. But even these guys, I don't want to bash these guys too much. Even these guys, I still don't even look at them like, wow, they're just eh.
I look at who I think's gonna win this as he could definitely be somebody in the future, especially the shoes that he had to come in and fill. And I'd say he filled them pretty good.
Yeah.
I think Jared Verse can definitely.
I just talked to him the other day.
Yeah.
It was his birthday, and we were talking, and he said he was helping families in L.A., and I was like, man, that's awesome. That was right before his
He's a great
playoff
guy.
game. Yeah, last week. Or not last week. Was it last? Did they have a game last weekend, right?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he had either a fumble for a touchdown or a pick for a touchdown.
No. Well, yeah.
I mean, he had to fill in Aaron Donald's shoes,
right?
And I think he's done.
He's done good. And the point
well.
of here is, how'd you let him fall that far?
Yeah, I mean, we were saying that we said that in the mock draft, and I feel like we had him mocked.
We had him mocked top 15.
Yeah,
at least.
And we were just sitting there, and even after we went over the review, I'm pretty sure we gave the Rams an A+ letter grade, and we were like, I don't know how he fell to like pick 22.
Him and Dallas Turner both. I think if the Vikings unleash Dallas Turner, he might do something. Yeah. But right now he's just playing special teams, so they need to figure him out.
I mean, you could say for who we think the runner-up, it's Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah.
He fell way down there too. And he's just been...
Well, it's just because no one needed a corner in the top 15.
And him and Cooper DeJean have just been insane.
Yeah, they have been going nuts. But it's good to see the defensive rookies step up. But I'd like to see, maybe with Travis Hunter and all those guys coming in and all those corners, with Xavier Watts coming in from Notre Dame and Cam Johnson, we might be able to see a little more competition in the position of Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
But as in this year, I really think Jared Verse has it way by far.
Yeah.
He's just made the biggest and we make our opinion on the biggest impact on their team the first year. Like,
yep. I mean, that's
we're not going off
defensive rookie.
Right, and we're not going off record. Kind of going off record. I mean, it shows if you're a playmaker and you're going to be a superstar, you're going to make a team at least a close game. And the Rams' defense didn't have an identity without Aaron Donald, and now they do with Jared Verse and their defensive tackle they drafted with him.
And I mean, they're looking great.
Right.
I mean, so are the Eagles, but the thing is too, with Quinyon Mitchell, that defense is already really good.
Right.
And that's not to take anything away from Quinyon Mitchell by what I'm saying, but I'm saying that Rams defense was pretty bad last year. And I mean, one player impact, especially the rushing, has completely revamped.
Yeah.
The Eagles may not have had the greatest defense, but they were all right and were able to hold their own. Just adding Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean made them better.
100%. And the thing is with Jared Verse and Quinyon Mitchell Quinyon Mitchell's also cornerback 3. You know what I mean?
I think
he's playing behind Darius Slay.
I think he's just behind Slay. I
think
he moved.
So he's corner 2.
Up, yeah.
So
I mean,
he's
Verse
corner
is just
2.
Starter.
Yeah, Verse is playing every single down. So he's got more opportunities to make plays, but at the same time he's making those plays. He's getting double teamed as a rookie. So
yeah,
that's pretty good. Let's move on to Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
this one doesn't even look close.
No. I mean, Jayden Daniels, I think, is... You look at how bad Washington was, and now all of a sudden, I mean, you're talking a number 2 pick to a playoff team that very well could go and win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean,
and you got a quarterback.
It's like C.J. Stroud. It's exactly like C.J. Stroud. And I think we're not giving no credit to Brock Bowers. What Brock Bowers has done is, I mean,
crazy.
He's crazy. I mean, he's a beast.
Especially with no quarterback.
Right. And that's the thing is I think if he would have had some quarterback, and it would have been awesome to see, like, if he had like a Jayden Daniels or Bo Nix, like those guys that play together would be sick. But Brock Bowers and Bo Nix both they're in the other 2 and 3 positions in this.
And Bo Nix
didn't do bad.
Pick 12. We thought it was awful for a first rounder. A lot of people thought for the first round talent. No.
Yeah.
We definitely thought like a second round on him.
I thought they were going to have a top 5 pick this year.
Hey.
I literally thought,
he was stupid.
Yeah, I literally thought they were going to have a top 5 pick. I
Let
was
him
like,
to the playoffs.
These guys are buns.
I mean, he did what he needed to do his rookie year. Let him to the playoffs. You didn't get the result you wanted, but it's only his rookie year, so you got plenty of time to build up off of it. Great player. I just think, again, with what Jayden Daniels has done this year for that Washington team, granted, I get it's not just him, but you basically made one change and all of a sudden you're from a number 2 pick to a potential Super Bowl winning team.
Yeah.
So
and he just fits. He's doing it all too. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's carrying that offense.
He's a stud. Yep. He's just got that confidence.
And I really do think that Jayden Daniels will 100% win this award. 100%.
Yeah. Coach of the year.
Coach of the year. Interesting.
Kevin O'Connell is the favored. Now, this is based off of last week, meaning this is recorded as of January 17th, and it would have came out, I believe it was 2 days before our recording, so it would have came out like January 8th. But that's also regular season's been done, and these are regular season awards. But yeah, Kevin O'Connell, Dan Campbell, Andy Reid, Dan Quinn. And me and you are both in the same boat that we both think that this should be Dan Quinn.
Yeah. I mean, look at the team. We literally just explained it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, Jayden Daniels, yeah. But without a good head coach, you're not going to get much done. We saw that with the Bears. Dan Quinn being at 4 is criminal.
Yeah.
What is that?
I think it's between Kevin and Dan, and the only reason I think you can consider Kevin is because he had to use Sam Darnold when Sam Darnold was known for leading his teams to the number 1 pick.
Right.
And he managed to help Sam Darnold turn into almost an MVP caliber player.
100%.
So he's definitely done his dues. Dan Campbell and Andy Reid, we already know are great. So usually when you're already known as a great coach, you getting coach of the year is very unlikely. That's no disrespect to Andy Reid, no disrespect to Dan Campbell. They're doing great things. Both Super Bowl favorite probably teams. But we know you're great. Right. And usually that doesn't get you very far. But yeah, Dan Quinn should definitely be higher. This team is way too good from what they were.
Yeah, and like you said, they had the 2nd pick, and now they are going to, going to play the Lions this week. So I think, like you said, my personal opinion is Dan Quinn should win this.
Yep.
Now, do I think he's going to win it? No. I think Kevin O'Connell wins this just solely on the fact that his team is, 14-3 or whatever they are.
And I won't be mad if Kevin O'Connell wins.
No, I wouldn't either, but I really do think you're taking away from Dan Quinn and his mastermind of, controlling a team.
What a season.
Yeah. I mean,
especially after getting fired from the Falcons.
Yep.
Becoming a DC.
Becoming the greatest DC. I mean, look at the Cowboys' defense now that he's gone.
And then coming back to a head coaching job and doing this. Yeah. I mean, the story was definitely there. But, yeah. So, Dan Quinn is our pick.
You agree with Dan Quinn, too?
I'm all for Dan Quinn.
100%.
If Kevin O'Connell gets it, I won't be mad. But I definitely think Dan Quinn has the better story.
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year. I disagree with this one as well.
Yeah. I mean, T.J. Watt at 1. We'll just go through them. T.J. Watt at 1. Pat Surtain at 2. Myles Garrett at 3. Will Anderson at 4. Danielle Hunter at 5. Xavier McKinney at 6. And Chris Jones at 7.
Yep.
What do you disagree with?
T.J. Watt winning. I think T.J. Watt in the last 5 weeks did not record a lot of stats, and I think Pat Surtain had one of the greatest cornerback seasons that we've witnessed.
Yeah, I think the thing is for me is it's kind of the same thing as Coach of the Year. We know T.J. Watt's great.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it feels like
what record did he what did he do this year that was like, wow, he has got to be the best defensive player.
That's like I said, the last 5 games of the season he didn't record a stat.
And I'm honestly kind of mad that Xavier McKinney is so low.
Yeah, he has like 9 interceptions on the season.
He's like, what?
Yeah.
T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett are always up there, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, I look this up. Corner since, I want to say it was 2000. It could have been a little sooner. But since 2000, cornerback has won Defensive Player of the Year 2 times. And I believe it was Charles Woodson and Stephon Gilmore for sure. I would know that one off my head.
Right.
But I believe it was Charles Woodson. Pat Surtain had easily one of the greatest corner seasons. I think he had a better season than Stephon Gilmore had at
100%.
Defensive Player of the Year. But his team isn't going to win the Super Bowl. And I get so mysterious about these things of this guy's the greatest player. His team didn't go far in the playoffs, and all of a sudden they're not getting the award.
Right.
Even though it's a regular season award. Pat Surtain's been phenomenal. He's been holding everyone to basically
they don't
no
even
yards.
throw. Yeah, they don't throw to him.
I mean, PS2 deserves this award.
Yeah, and I don't think TJ Watt, like you said, with the stats that he was putting up kind of late season, he didn't show me that all 17 games he was the best defensive player of the year. Now, Pat Surtain, if I was playing Pat Surtain every week, I would still not throw to his side no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, he is the best defensive player out on the field at all times, no matter who's on the field.
I will say, Will Anderson definitely shocks me. Not that he's been playing bad, but fast is I haven't
watched him.
And how fast he's been able to, like, vamp up to this level. I mean, shout out Will Anderson, man.
Right. Will Anderson's he was a heck of an athlete. But you know, with NFL players, you always got to give them 2 years, at least 2 years, and then if they don't start doing something, then you're worried. But 2 years, then you start to worry. Good shout out, like you said, shout out to Will Anderson.
Shout out McKinney too.
McKinney's nasty as a safety. Let's move on to. So we agree both picks for Pat Surtain.
Yep. Okay. Offensive player of the year.
Offensive player of the year. Only 2 players. Go ahead.
It's not close.
No.
It is Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I don't know what more. Leaves the Giants. Gives them an FU there. Goes and puts up, the 9th recorded 2,000-yard season?
Yeah, and rushing. He could have put up the most.
Gives them another middle finger there. I mean, and you're in the Giants division. It could not be a greater season for Saquon Barkley.
No.
I mean, Jamar was great. Jamar and Joe Burrow were fantastic.
Yeah, he
together.
won the Triple Crown, didn't he?
Yeah, but Saquon's season just can't be
We knew
overlooked.
this was coming.
Yeah.
Like, they had the best offensive line, and putting that type of running back, you know, you're going to get good results, but having Saquon, I just can't believe the Giants didn't sign him.
Yeah. Or
that's
McKinney.
Stupid.
Or McKinney. You had both of them.
Yeah.
And they both just put up the best seasons of their career.
Right.
As non-Giants.
It's all right, though. As Bears players, they always do that. Every time they leave, they always do better right, at a different team. So, but yeah, Saquon Barkley, Offensive Player of the Year. Moving on to MVP.
Yeah.
This
is a good one between the top 2, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Saquon. The fact that he's that far off is crazy. Joe Burrow at 4, like we said. He's not going to get it. Jared Goff. Jaden Daniels in here as a rookie.
What's Jared Goff doing up there?
He's chilling, dude.
I thought he threw like 5 picks in a game.
Yeah, but he's hanging out with the boys up there, bro.
No. It's between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
I like Lamar.
Lamar has done his thug.
I just think Lamar has a better team.
Yeah, when I look at that roster, and I'm like, wow, this team is super good.
Josh Allen's got nobody.
Let me look at their team real quick on why they're so good. You see 65 overalls as their offensive line, and then you see a 60 at their wide receiver.
Yeah.
And you're like, who are they? What are they doing?
Josh Allen, literally, they gave him enough money. In the team he came back with, he went to Walmart, got a great value can of baked beans.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the equivalent of his entire team. Outside of maybe Kincaid and James Cook.
Yeah.
But everybody else.
They went out to Chick-fil-A and over to Top Thai restaurant over there in the mall over there in Buffalo, and they were like, all right, I need a wide receiver from over there.
Yeah.
Give me 2 offensive line over there from the Thai restaurant, and we're going to put them on our team. Start them.
That's the equivalent of going to Chick-fil-A and all that chicken you could get. And Josh Allen said, I want a plain salad. No dressing, no chicken. Just
That's
a
his
plain
team.
old salad.
A plain old salad from Chick-fil-A.
There's the team.
Yep.
And he's still...
So that's why I think Josh Allen's going to win, though.
I think Josh Allen will get it. But Lamar, with the rushing upside, I just think he's had slightly of a better season than Josh Allen has.
Right. And at the same time, it's like, remember Jalen Hurts last year?
Yeah.
Like he had, so many rushing touchdowns and so many of these, but when teams are starting to focus on Derrick Henry and they're giving you an opening to run the ball, but at the same time, Lamar Jackson's throwing all those yards with the amount with no wide receivers, just like Lamar or just like Josh Allen, dude.
Like I feel like I don't know, it just almost feels like Lamar's he doesn't have the story this year.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. The media's kind of trying to hide Lamar, which is usually a high indicator that it is going to Josh Allen, which is very much deserved.
Right. He's done a lot for his team, and like I said, without Josh Allen, that team might be the first pick of the draft.
You can make an argument either way.
Right? I mean, that team might be...
I have no problem with either one.
That team might have the first pick of the draft without Josh Allen. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel that way about Jane Daniels, too.
Oh, yeah. Or with Lamar Jackson. Not with Lamar Jackson. They got Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Derrick Henry will find a way to get him at least third pick.
My dad told me, he was like, if the Titans had Derrick Henry, they'd still find a way to have 9 wins right now.
Yeah, they would.
So it's a weird world out there. But so we both, do you agree? You're going with Lamar Jackson for MVP?
I would probably pick Lamar.
Okay, and I'm going with Josh Allen, and I do think Josh Allen's going to win it.
I do too.
I hope Josh Allen wins. But that's our episode. That's episode 31.
Yep.
We went over the awards. Like I said, we went over Fox. I think you said Fox Sports was our odds. Or
Fox Sports betting odds, baby.
Yep, and that's where we got all our odds from. And but we hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We do plan on going back to recording every week.
Yep.
It's kind of nasty weather out here, but that won't stop us in the future.
Mock drafts coming up after free agency.
Yes, sir. We should have a free agency mock
breakdown soon.
Breakdown coming up here soon. We do have the next week of playoffs coming up, so we might touch on the playoffs, maybe who's in the NFC and AFC championships.
Yep.
But we hope to see you guys next week. We appreciate all the support, and talk to you guys later.
See ya.